Hey guys, got a 2004 F250 Superduty and the power locks are not working on it. So I'm going to show you how to replace the power door lock actuator. So I'll show you really quick here what's going on. So you got your door lock there. Now if I hit the lock button on the key fob, you can see it tries to move, but it just does not go down, unlock, nothing. Lock again and nothing. You can hear it trying to work inside the door there. It's just not locking the doors. It's going to be the same thing with the switch on the door here. Hit the lock button, nothing. Unlock, nothing. And if you look over here at the passenger side, it's going to be the same issue. I'll hit the lock button, nothing. Unlock, nothing. Lock again and nothing. So what has happened is the door lock actuators have gone bad, and those are located right inside the door here. So let's go ahead and start tearing this apart. First thing you're going to want to do is remove this black trim piece here. So if you get a trim tool, or you can just get your fingers back behind here, what you're going to do is just pry out on this, and this will pop off just like that. You can see you got two clips holding that in. Come over here to your window switch here. What you're going to do is you're going to pop up on this portion right here. So just kind of lift up with your fingers, and that'll pop out of there, and then you're going to slide it towards the front of the truck here. So you got that tab right there. Go ahead and flip this over. You also want to make sure that your window is up before you do this, so if you need to turn your key on, you can do that. But you can see there's that clip here that we popped out of this right here. So next you can go ahead and undo all these wiring harnesses here for your window switch, your mirror, and your door lock. So this one, you got a black tab right here you're going to push in, and then just try and pull that out. Same thing on your door lock one right here. Flip it over here, got your other window switch, undo that one, and then you got your mirror connector right here. So undo those. Come down here to your reflector, grab a small flathead screwdriver, get right back behind here. You're going to pry, and this will pop right out, and you can pull it out that way. And then you'll have a 7mm bolt right there. Go ahead and unscrew that and pull that out of there. Come back up to where the master switch was, and you're going to have a 7mm right there as well. So go ahead and undo that one and pull that one out. So then what you can do is remove your door panel. All you're going to do is lift up on this. Just watch out for your door lock here, and then watch out for your light as well. We're going to need to disconnect that. So like I said, just go ahead and lift up, pull your door panel outward, get all your wiring harnesses out of here. And then if you notice our light down there, so what you're going to do is just go ahead and twist this counterclockwise and pull that out of there. And then if you notice, you can see these are the hooks that it goes in into the door. That's why it just lifts up and then pulls out of there. So now we need to gain access into here. You got this vapor barrier covering everything up, and this is just kind of stuck on here. Might even just smoothly come off of here just because all the dust and how old it is. We'll go ahead and just kind of start pulling on this. I'm doing it from the door. And then it looks like we got a couple screws down here holding our vapor barrier on. So if you just take a little Phillips screwdriver, unscrew these two plastic screws here. And then you can take a trim tool like this, get back behind there, and these will just pop out of there. Just like that. Then you can kind of just rotate that downward, just enough to get your vapor barrier unstuck down here. And this one's actually really stuck on there. So like that. You got your door light bulb here. You can pull this through. So what I'm going to do first is go ahead and detach this locking rod here. This goes down to the actuator here. And if you take a look here, there's that rod right here. This is the one that goes up and down for the lock. And if you notice, there's that yellow clip here. So what we need to do is disconnect that yellow clip from the rod. So we're going to press down from the top here, and that should swing down. What you can use is like a flathead screwdriver, See if I can get it, you guys a good angle here. See if I can zoom in. So take a pretty large flathead screwdriver here. Just get on the top of that. And what you're gonna do is just kind of press downward on that. So press down. You can see it kind of unlock there. Get you a better angle down here. So you can see there's the clip right there. So get your finger in here and you should be able to disconnect that downward the rest of the way with your finger. So you can see how it kind of swings downward. So now with that one undone, you can go ahead and just pull this lock rod out of here. So you can see that just kind of pops out of that hole right there. So now we can kind of swing this downward, so that's off the actuator. Next, I'm going to undo that electrical wire that's kind of clipped into the actuator there. So I'm going to take a trim tool or something, get back behind here, and try and undo that from the actuator here. Just pop that off of there like that. Next, go ahead and get yourself a pick kind of like this. And what we're going to need to do is disconnect that green clip down in there. Let me see if I can zoom in here. So what you want to do is get back behind that green clip here with your pick, and there's that little tab right there. You want to get on that and then pull it on that. You can see it kind of releases it there. So then you can just rotate that back a little bit. So now that'll be free out of here. You can pop that like that. So just above that green clip that we undid, there's going to be another rod right here. We need to undo this. This is going to the door lock on the door handle. And not sure if you guys can tell, but this clip is broken. So you see how it kind of curves on the top there? There should be another one on the bottom that kind of curves up and it locks this rod in. But you can see this rod has been fine. Not sure how long that's been broke, but still holds in there just fine. But what you're going to want to do is kind of use your finger and you're going to pry towards the front of the door. As you're prying with that, you're going to take a flathead and you want to stick this in there and you're going to try to spread both of those apart. Seems how this is broke. Only got to do this top one. So you can see that unclips like that. Then grab a pair of pliers. Let's go ahead and squeeze in on these two yellow tabs here. This is for our interior door handle. So squeeze on those and then you kind of just press them in. Like that. Then grab a Torx T27. We're going to undo these three screws here. As you get towards this last one coming off, you may want to just hold on to the lock actuator here, just so that doesn't fall down too much. So I was hoping we'd be able to feed the lock actuator through here, but it looks like our window regulator is going to be in the way. So I'm just going to try and remove this bolt here, see if we can maybe push this back some, and then we can pull the actuator out this way to disconnect it. So this is going to be a 10 millimeter. Go ahead and pull that off. And now we should have enough room to kind of push this back. So then what you can do is kind of push back on this regulator here. Try and feed the actuator through here a little bit. Get better access to it. Watch some of those rods get in the way there. So there we go. Now we have better access to disconnect it here. So then you can go ahead and undo this electrical connector here. Just take a flathead, get up underneath this, and then pull that off of there. And to make this easier, I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect this as well. So it says on here we need to press So press in on that and then pull. That'll disconnect that one there. So now we need to disconnect the actuator here. So what you want to do is take a flathead screwdriver, and you see this little tab right here. We need to pry upwards on that, and this should just slide off towards you. So you can see it kind of coming loose there. So you're going to pry it towards you as you're pressing up on this. Let's see if that's enough to where I can do it by hand here. So you can see on the back side here how it has to, like I said, just slide out because it's going to come undone from here. So let's see if I can put a little more there. Just does not want to come out of there. There we go. So you can kind of pry from the back side, and you can see that just kind of slides out of those two spots right there from underneath. So now let's take a look at the new actuators. So I went with the genuine Motorcraft Ford ones. They say that a lot of these aftermarket ones, they just don't hold up, and a lot of people end up replacing them like 3 or 6 months down the road. So decided just to go with the original Ford ones. I got both of these off of Amazon. I'm not sure why one came in a box and the other in the package. But the SW-694, that is going to be for the driver's side, and that'll work for the driver front or the driver rear door if you have a 4-door. And then the passenger side is going to be the SW-6953. Same thing, this will work for the front or the back passenger door. So keep that in mind. I will put links in the description for these off of Amazon. They seem to be the cheapest. So now let's go ahead and take a look at our new one here. We'll compare it to the old one. You can see it is a little different, but I think that is because they did revise these to where they're a little bit different and maybe a little better. But I do notice, even with this being a Motorcraft Ford one, you can see that the original one had a steel right here, whereas this one is just a plastic, but they say that these are revised, so we'll find out. So let's go ahead and stick this in. Okay, so bring a new actuator over here. Let's go ahead and slide this on. Keep in mind this needs to go through the black hole here. If you need to, you can move this whichever way. But go ahead and get these. You have to kind of press down as you're sliding towards it to make sure those fit in the grooves there. And you can see I'm off on this, so I may need to slide this out just a little bit. Oops. Get it kind of started like that, and then you can move this whichever way you need to get that to go through the hole there. Slide that all the way on like that. So we should be good there. Now we can take our electrical connectors here, go ahead and plug these back in. Same with this one. Make sure you hear that click. Now what I like to do is let's just make sure that works. So go ahead and plug this back in, and then we'll go ahead and hit our lock button here. Unlock. Let me move my camera so you guys can see here. So if you notice right here, so there's unlock, lock. So we know that's working perfect now, whereas the old one would barely move. And then we'll also just try our key fob as well. Yep. So now we can go ahead and get this kind of fed back up in here. So once you get that kind of lined up a little close there, go ahead and grab your screws. Now if you notice on these old screws, they did have a little bit of blue Loctite on them. So I'm going to go ahead and stick some more blue Loctite on them. Just a little dab. You can get this off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for it. So just put a little bit on all three of these. So go ahead and get your screws started here with your blue Loctite on them. Try to get your holes lined up here. Get all three of those started, and then we'll tighten them up. So kind of get those close, and then if you can, try and move this, because you can kind of see where the screws were before. So if you can get those close to where they were, just to make sure the door opens and closes like it did before. So you can see I can move that up just a little bit to get those screws lined up where they were before. And then you can get those nice and snug. And then you can go ahead and get your window regulator back on here. And watch out for a future video. I'm just waiting on the regulator now. I do need to replace this window regulator and motor because it's not going down all the way, so I'll be doing a video on that as well. Go ahead and tighten that up. Again, try to line up your bolt and your washer there where it was before. Get that nice and snug. Next, go ahead and get your cable for your door handle here. These little clips. Go ahead and press those back through. Like that. So now you can go ahead and connect your rod for your door lock on your handle here. Get that clicked in. Again, mine's broke here, but it should still click in. So just like that. Make sure that's holding that up. And then just below that, let's go ahead and get that one for the door handle latch here into this clip here. Go ahead and push that in, bring your clip around, snap that into place. Then we'll go ahead and do this lock rod here. So go ahead and grab that. We'll feed this in to that yellow clip there. Try to get you guys a good angle here. So feed that in there, push that through, bring this up, and you're going to snap that into place. And lastly, go ahead and push this wire loom back through the new actuator there, like that. So then you'll just want to test everything out. Make sure that all works. Come around here with your key, and let's just make sure that goes up and down. So good there. So now we get our vapor barrier back into place. So get your light fed through here. Along with your wires. Get your clip for down there. Goes over the vapor barrier here. Swing that around. So kind of pop that back in, along with this one here. And then you can go ahead and tighten that with your little Phillips screwdriver. Don't need to go too tight because they'll just strip out since it's just plastic. And then try and get the rest of this kind of stuck on here. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it because I will be pulling this back off in a few days once I receive the window regulator. So grab your door panel. We'll go ahead and get this light in first. Twist that clockwise to lock that in. Now you got your door lock here. You can press that down if you want. So you want to get all those little tabs into the bottom of the door there. Get your lock over that. And then your wires here as well. I'm going to kind of push the panel towards the door and then drop it down into place. Just like that. Grab one of your 7mm screws here. Go ahead and stick that in there. Tighten that up. Don't go too tight because you'll crack the plastic. You can see that one's already cracked. Grab your reflector lens here. You're going to slide that in and then snap it into place. Same with your upper screw here. Go ahead and get that in place. Grab your window and lock switch here. Go ahead and get all these plugged in. Make sure all those click. And then what you're going to do, slide this tab under here first. So get that slid under there. And then what you're going to do is just tap this in, just like that. And then lastly, you want to grab your trim piece here, get those clips lined up, and then you're just going to hit it, snap it into place. So now with it all put back together, let's just check it one more time to make sure we're good. So there's lock, unlock. Try it with our key fob here. Lock, unlock. And then just check one more time with your key in the door here just to make sure nothing got bound up. Lock, unlock. And that's all there is to it. So I'm not going to record the passenger side door because that's pretty much going to be the same exact procedure, just the opposite door. So hopefully this video helps you out. Again, this was a 2000 Ford F-250 Super Duty. Went ahead and replaced the door lock actuator. And pretty simple to do. It's just kind of tight getting your hands in there, but hopefully this video helps you out and saves you some time and money. Do it yourself. So if you haven't already, why don't you subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos. I'm gonna have quite a few videos coming up on this truck alone, so check those out when I get them uploaded, and see you in the next video.